severe weather warning for damaging, locally destructive winds and heavy rainfall. For the Herbert, Lower Burdekin, Central Coast, Whitsundays, Gulf Country, North Tropical Coast, Tablelands, Northern Goldfields, Upper Flinders, Northwest Central Highlands, Coalfields, Central West forecast districts. Intense rainfall, significant flash flooding between INGHAM and BOWEN, possibly extending south. Vigorous slow-moving monsoon trough lies across North Queensland, currently extending from INGHAM to Gregory Springs and into a deep semi-stationary tropical low situated about 200 kilometres north of Mount Isa. And the Bureau of Meteorology continues to update their information. They now have potentially destructive winds in thunderstorms. And they have many warnings on their Queensland warning page. Vigorous slow-moving monsoon trough lies across the North Queensland region. Currently extends from INGHAM to Gregory Springs and, as mentioned, into a deep semi-stationary tropical low. The monsoon trough may remain slow moving or drift slowly south over the next day or two and will remain active this week with further heavy and intense rainfall expected for already saturated catchments. The potential for significant dangerous flash flooding will continue for areas between INGHAM and BOWEN, extending possibly as far south as Mackay during Monday or Tuesday. And the Herbert and Lower Burdekin, Central Coast with Sunday districts for the remainder of today. Further heavy rainfall, 6-hourly rainfall totals between 150 to 200 millimetres are likely. Concentrated areas of intense rainfall with totals up to 300 millimetres remains possible, particularly with bands of thunderstorms. Damaging wind gusts up to 100 kilometres an hour also possible about the coast and ranges. Locally destructive winds in excess of 125 kilometres an hour may occur with the thunderstorms. However, this threat is more likely to be confined to coastal areas and areas currently under the advisory: Townsville, INGHAM, BOWEN, Eyre, Palm Island, Guru, Rolling Stone, Proserpine, the Whitsunday Islands and Mackay, and a number of major flood warnings in place for this region. Now, inland areas, locations that may be affected: Charter Towers, Cloncurry, Julia Creek, Gregory Springs, Winton, Hewarden. And for the remainder of today, heavy rainfall may lead to localised flash flooding expected over parts of the northwestern interior, west of Julia Creek, and eastern interior, east of Gregory Springs of the state. And 6-hourly rainfall totals of 70 millimetres to 120 millimetres possible. Damaging wind gusts of up to 90 kilometres an hour also possible to the south of the monsoon trough and tropical low. Bureau of Meteorology also has a severe weather warning for the Peninsula and Gulf Country forecast districts. Northern Territory Office has a similar one for the western part of the Gulf. This is for damaging winds, abnormally high tides, although the Bureau in the Northern Territory has slightly different wording. However, here's the Bureau's latest 12-hourly rainfall and the rainfall scale is on the right hand side of the screen. The picture clearly speaks for itself, and look at that blue to the south of Townsville, Ingham to Mackay. And what I can say from reading through other related bureau information, the monsoon trough has slightly dipped offshore from the Cairns coast, and it also goes out to another low, which is the 1004 millibar one. And it'll be interesting to hear what the government and the senior forecaster for the Queensland Bureau Office has to say in their next media conference. Now we have a look at the total forecast of rain. And the severe weather warning for the Peninsula Gulf Country areas with the tidal inundation, monsoonal squalls. And we also have a gale warning for the northeast Gulf of Carpentaria, extended stronger wind warning for the southeast Gulf of Carpentaria, Torres Strait, the Peninsula Coast, Cooktown, Townsville and Mackay Coast. And the Bureau of Meteorology continues to update the information on the flood scene. A moderate flood warning for the Thompson, Barcoo rivers, Cooper Creek. Initial minor flood warning for the Boolaloo River. Minor flood warning for the Isaac River. Now we have a look at the latest instability. Each of these images have 3 hourly periods from 7 AM through to the same period Tuesday. And major flood warnings for the Ross, Houghton, Upper Burdekin rivers, and the others are moderate. And the intensity is the pink through to white. And again, northwest WA region. Now, this is the GFS wind probability model, and the information's at the bottom of the screen. And as mentioned a minute or two ago, each of these images are 3 hourly periods, and this information is available on the BSCH website. And the tropical low remains embedded in the monsoon trough, and there is signs that the tropical low is going to start moving. Now we have a look at the precipitation, and the values are at the bottom of the screen. We will continue to bring the latest information as soon as possible, and the volume of information remains. And what we can say is that the Townsville floodgates to the dam are now wide open, and I cited a report every minute 45 Olympic swimming pools are filled. That's how much water is going down the river through the spill gates. Now, the storm probability, and it's also been reported that the operator of the Townsville Dam, they did have a technical issue with the floodgates. And invest 96p. The Queensland Premier is being reported as saying that information provided indicates that the tropical low could be about to track across in a easterly direction, but we'll see what the Bureau has to say. Now, this is the UK model. It's the cyclone phase, and the Queensland Premier is indicating, and confirmation should be in her pending media conference, that it could become a tropical cyclone in the Coal Sea.
You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com, our YouTube page youtube.com/Force13, on Facebook under the same name, Force13, and our Twitter handle, it's @Force13 if you wish to get in touch. You can also add Force 13 on Skype and my personal account on Discord, Fool13, at extension 9094.